$33.1 billion as reflected in the far right column, although this did not come with the proposed increase for NHGRI. However, with the impending administration change, Congress is likely to propose an entirely different budget for NIH. Additionally, as of the end of last week, Senate Majority and Minority Leaders were working to pass a continuing resolution, or CR, which is a short-term budget extension, through December 9th at fiscal year 2016 spending levels. They hope to bring this to a vote this week, but House conservatives are blocking a longer-term CR that could last, or are backing a longer-term CR that would last as long as 6 months. So time will tell exactly how this plays out with respect to how long of a CR we will likely see before Congress goes out on recess. So let's move away from Congress and into genomics. This month, Dr. Elaine Martis and Rick Wilson will be departing Washington University and heading to Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio, where they will be establishing a new genomics program. Nationwide Children's Hospital is one of the nation's largest not-for-profit freestanding pediatric healthcare networks, providing care for infants, children, and adolescents, as well as adult patients with congenital disease. Both Elaine and Rick are longtime NHGRI grantees and colleagues, and Dr. Wilson is a former member of this council. Interim co-directors of the McDonald Genome Institute at Washington University will be Dr. Susan Ducher, Ira Hall, and Nathan Spitfield. NHGRI staff are working with them to develop a permanent transition plan for that institute, and in particular for the grants they receive from NHGRI. The Global Alliance for Genomics and Health, or GA4GH, recently published a perspective in Science entitled A Federated Ecosystem for Sharing Genomics Clinical Data. This perspective represents an important major publication from GA4GH, articulating the need for a common framework of principles, protocols, and interoperable technical systems to enable responsible and effective data sharing. Finally, in our usual Genomes in the News feature to round out our genomics updates, there have been a number of recently generated genome sequences reported since the last council meeting, including the carrot, more ancient horses, the giraffe. Now, I know the giraffe is on the left, and a Land Institute director is on the right, not to be named. Moving on, the rubber tree, orca, the olive tree, ancient barley, the Manx cat, caligo, a gliding mammal, the Sumatra rhino, the tobacco hornworm sphinx moth, and last but not least, the snub-nosed monkey. So, genome sequencing marches on. Moving on, speaking of genome sequencing, let's talk about major programs in our extramural research program, starting with our genome sequencing program, or GSP, which aims to understand general principles and features of disease genomics and the genomic variants that influence disease risk. Now, as many of you know, the program has multiple components. The Centers for Mendelian Genomics, or CMGs, investigate rare and Mendelian diseases, while the Centers for Common Disease Genomics, or CCDGs, look at common and complex diseases. The CCDGs have recently released their project plans online at the website maintained by the Genome Sequencing Program's Coordinating Center, and that Coordinating Center provides logistical and scientific support to the GSP. But we recently announced awards for the fourth component of the Genome Sequencing Program, the analysis centers. These latest centers aim to conduct novel analyses of the genome sequence data produced by the entire program, rather than data from individual projects. 3 analysis center awards are made with the associated institutions and PIs listed here. The work proposed by these groups includes multiple approaches to interpret non-coding genomic variants and to use admixture information for improving genomic analyses. The analysis centers will be funded at roughly $11 million over 4 years. We also recently announced that awards have been made to produce additional very high-quality reference genome sequences for human and non-human primates. This additional component of the genome sequencing program aims to address the need for high-quality reference sequences as a resource for the human genomics community. Such improved references would aid efforts to interpret human genome sequences in both basic research and clinical implementation of genomics. In the end, 2 awards were made. The first award to Dr. Ed Green will use new methods for long-range scaffolding in conjunction with short-read sequence data to assemble 50 human and non-human primate genome sequences. While the second award to Drs. Rick Wilson and Evan Eichler will use a multi-tiered approach that includes long-read sequence data, innovative scaffolding technologies, and back-end sequence data to close remaining gaps. And they aim to apply this to the generation of 14 genome sequences split between human and non-human primates. These groups will be funded at roughly $8 million over 4 years. The genome sequencing program has also been extensively involved in the Cancer Genome Atlas, or TCGA, which is a coordinated effort by NHGRI and the National Cancer Institute to better understand the molecular basis of cancer. Genomic data production on over 10,000 tumor normal pairs has been completed, and TCGA is currently focused on manuscript writing as the project comes to a close later this year. For each of over 30 cancer types, the TCGA network has published a comprehensive integrated account of sequence mutation analysis, copy number variation, gene and microRNA expression, and promoter methylation. TCGA papers focused on diffuse glioma and adrenal cortical carcinoma were published in January and May in Cell and Cancer Cell, respectively.